In this video we're going to learn how to use the rubber stamp tool. So if I take you over to the bitmap bar over here and hover over this little icon here, it's called a rubber stamp, and if we just click on the down arrow, there are a few tools in here. If you're taking pictures and you're using a flash and people have got red eye, you can get rid of the red eye in the photograph using this tool, and we can change colours as well, but this is the one that I want to use, the rubber stamp tool. Now it could also be called the clone tool. It just depends, your version is going to be a little bit different to mine, but it's going to do the same job. So let's get on with this. I'm going to close down my giraffe picture and I am going to open up a new picture. Let me see which one we've got, and I'm looking for something. There's two that we could play around with. This one here, image 0716, that's a nice image that we can play around with, and again 0442. I will leave it up to you, but we only need to edit one file this time. So I'm going to open this picture, and it's already zoomed out, which is quite good. Now, oops. The reason why I want to edit this picture is because it's quite a nice picture in the background, but there's one or two problems with it, and it's this line here which ruins the picture, and this line here, and I want to get rid of those and leave the picture in a nice state. There's also a tiny little aerial there that we could also get rid of to make the picture a little bit more perfect. So I'm going to zoom in so I can get a better view of what I'm trying to do and move it to the right area. So here we are. This line here we're going to get rid of. And we're going to use the rubber stamp tool, and actually it's already operating. You can see what looks like a little crosshair there. Now what happens is that you get close to the image that you want, the colour that you want, and you click. And I think you alt click with this one. There we go. Hold down the alt key and click, and that says I'm taking the colour from there, and then you can erase whatever you see here with the colour that you've got there. Now all become a little clearer. I'm going to increase the size of my object. We can see a little blue circle. Maybe make it a little bigger, maybe take it up to 32. There we go, 33. And you'll see now we've got rather a large thing. So the little cross that we alt clicked on, that's saying where we're picking up the colour, and this big circle is where we're doing our editing. And if I click and hold down the mouse button, there you go, I've clicked and it's replacing the line with the colour. Now you'll see the little crosshair moving as I move with the mouse, so that's where it's picking up the colour. And it's good to stay close, not too close, because colours can be a little bit difficult. So if I was down here, they'd start looking pink up here and it would look all wrong. So I'm clicking away and I'm getting rid of that line, and in a minute I'm probably going to go off the screen at the top, so I have to be very careful so I won't be picking up any more colours. And there we go, I reached the limit of what I can do. I need to start again with the clone tool, and the same will go in this direction. I will reach the edge of the screen and it won't do any more. So I've got rid of the first part. It's not good enough yet. I want to get rid of the rest, so I'm going to click on the clone tool again, and then I'm going to hold down the Alt key and click on the screen where I want the colour to be picked up from, and then continue erasing my line just by clicking very carefully. Oh dear, there we go. So that's got rid of that line from there, and I can do the same here. But now if you notice that if I started clicking, it's actually going to pick up the black of the line. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to move out of the way a little bit, hold down my Alt key, keep my finger pressed, and click where I want to pick up the colour from, then let go of the Alt key, move my circle across, and the crosshair stays still while I'm doing this until I'm where I want. Then I click, and then both the crosshair and the circle will move at the same time. And this time I've got everything I need. I'm not going to run out of space or off the picture, and I am going to be able to completely get rid of that line and replace it with parts of the image that were close. And you can't tell. You really need to look very carefully to see it. You might see here and here and here and here sort of little circles, and what they are is pieces of dust on my camera sensor, and this often happens, and this is where the clone tool is usually used for this, is to actually get rid of specks of dust, because they tend to ruin the picture. So I'm going to get rid of those specks of dust. There we go. Even down here, it's going to pick up the red and go over it, or the orange. And now you can't see the specks of dust. So I'm really improving the picture. Little bird there that I could get rid of. There we go, bird's gone. Remember the aerials? Then get rid of the aerial. There we go. It's got rid of the aerial, and the only thing left to really get rid of in this picture is this line over here, although in that tree it might be a little bit difficult, but we'll give it a go. So click in here, and magically the line has disappeared, but I can't use this now because it's going to run into the line. So I'll hold down the Alt key again, take my crosshairs to where I want it to be, and click, let go of the Alt key, and then move my circle to where I want it to be, and my little crosshair stays still, and then I can click in with that colour. So here we go. Now that looks quite good. Do I need to get rid of that in the tree? I don't think so. It just looks like a thick branch. So that's my picture edited using the clone tool. And if I zoom out, I've edited the picture. It looks a lot better, and you really can't see where I've edited it. It's absolutely impossible to see where I've edited that picture. So that is a really useful tool used by a lot of people to sort of take things out of pictures that shouldn't be there, and to improve them a lot. So things you need to remember on this one is we need the clone tool. We need to set the size so that we've got a rather large circle we can deal with, or you can make it small and really do some fine tuning by zooming right in on the picture. The way to use it, so let's go for it. Let's first of all choose the polygon lasso tool, so that's not selected. Select the rubber stamp tool, move your cursor across onto the screen. You've got some crosshairs, hold down the Alt key and click, let go of the Alt key. That fixes your point, and then move your circle to where you want it to be, and then click again, and everything is now moving as one. You can see I've got the two bits moving. Just to show you that one again, if I choose the rubber stamp tool, so I get the crosshairs. Well, first of all I need to press escape. There we go. Get my crosshairs. If I do it in this light patch, you'll see it. Click the Alt key, hold it down and click. Let go of the Alt key, you get a little crosshair in the centre and it stays still as you move the circle around. The minute you click on the screen, that is where you are going to start editing. So if I wanted to edit into this tree, get rid of this tree, I would have it coming down. So let's just do that. I'm going to click there. That's where I'm going to start editing. Now they're both moving and I'm picking up the colour on the small one and the big one is making the edits. And there we go. I'm cutting the top of the tree off. So that is the clone tool or the rubber stamp tool.